Kickback project.
He's canceled. This is over. I'm leaving. I gotta go.
You the movie phone guy?
Oh
What was
my
that?
God.
I am Gabriel Ackman.
Don't know him. I'm Bradley Hill.
I'm Javon.
And this is the Kickback
This is
project.
60 minutes, dude. Just talk.
I'm the best host on the show, the one that everyone loves. And today's episode, episode 14, is entitled Level Up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Level up. Gabe never heard the song.
I
Level
have
up.
heard
What
that.
is that, Mario?
That's that low-hanging fruit joke. Nice, really went for it.
Sorry. Go ahead, Gabe.
This is the episode where I fight back. Just kidding. I'm scared. Today's episode is called Level Up, and we are talking about the thing that everyone's chasing: social media, internet clout.
Cloud.
Yes, they're
You're
looking
a
for
cloud chaser.
Welcome to
Cloud
Cloud
chaser.
Everest.
They are looking for it.
Cloud Kilimanjaro.
Yes, we're climbing to the top of the Cloudton.
Wow.
And we're talking about clout. Yes, you guys know it. You guys know that people are looking for it. Maybe you've done some dumb things to get it. It's that follower count, that ratio. That's what it's all about. So I want to ask you guys, like, what is clout to you on the internet? Bradley?
Wow. I feel attacked from last week. Is this your revenge? This is Gabe's revenge. Clout looks different to everybody depending on it's where your priorities lie. It's where you place your value. So if you place your value in things, then clout is shoes. Clout is Off-White. Clout is Yeezy. Clout is, it's all of those things that are like really hip that like if you own, people are like, ooh, he got money. Like that's clout.
But not just having it, though.
Flexing it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
flexing.
Yes,
Having
yes.
it and showing it.
Yes, like that clout watch that you're wearing. That you keep trying to flex in the
Yeah.
oh, this one, what's the time? But yeah, or like clout, if you value like clout in like a business sense, then like clout for you looks like you're always putting on events. Your events are popping. People always talk about your events. Your events are packed. Then that means you have clout in the city where people know like if you say an event is good, people are going to go because you have a record. That's where your clout comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on where you place value, that's clout.
Yep. And it's definitely something that's not a recent development, but it's recently been named. Like I really think that in the past people have trusted opinions.
It's just been
people have-
reputation.
Yeah,
in the past.
reputation.
Yeah.
But now it's like a real thing. And the other thing is like people are making careers off of it. You can literally have an Instagram that's like really blown up and like make boatloads off it. You can be a Viner and grow up to be like a celebrity now. And it's like that was previously unthinkable, right? Especially on the internet where people, on the internet, it was always like a weird thing. It was always like a small group, but now it's social
There
media.
are people
is
from
everybody.
Vine walking like Paris Fashion Week
Yes, and owning $1 million, $10 million homes, like
and getting
in
Netflix
LA.
movie
Yeah.
deals.
But I think it
Exactly.
depends on so I think the other part about clout that people don't know. So like you see like these kids watching YouTubers and stuff, and they're like trying to be clout chasers. But what the thing that people forget is that you can do like these big dramatic clout chasing, acts, but you have to have something there to actually make it worth it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so like people, brag about like their music or something trending to keep their name in the news. But then what's the point in the clout if you don't have anything to back it up? Right.
Yeah.
Like Soulja Boy is clout chasing at its prime right now. But like,
Is he clout chasing or does he just have the clout? Like he.
I mean,
Well, he started everyone's careers.
yeah.
I don't know.
So
I mean,
he has clout.
people
clout.
are saying that he's replacing what 6ix9ine was doing, and I believe that what 6ix9ine was doing was clout chasing. Now, once you get it, you got it.
But what 6ix9ine was doing was replacing what Soulja Boy was doing.
Exactly.
In the first
So
place.
like they're clout chasing, but like you gotta back it up. Back then, when Soulja Boy started it, he had the hits to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
Today,
Yeah, that's
he doesn't have the hits to back it up.
That's the dynamic, and that's why it's different. Is that previously, if you were an artist, you had some sort of like really valuable creative skill, and you had a body of work, and they followed you, and like you released your music, however, and they liked it. But now it's like I don't understand why why some people on the internet are famous, or like I don't even agree with like the trends they're following. So you bring up Viners, like that's like I didn't get it. I don't understand why you're famous, but you just are now, and so now you're just a part of my life, you know. And like the content has become so accessible, where it's like you made Instagram clips or you made sketch videos, and now you're like just as famous as an artist maybe 20 years ago that really like was like a professional artist.
But that clout runs out, and then you got to find out what's next.
Yep.
First of all, Kiss Me Through the Phone transcends
my
generations. Soulja Boy has at least 10 clout tokens per play.
And he invented FaceTime.
To this day.
He invented FaceTime in that music video.
Period.
So,
his clout bag is full because of Kiss Me Through the Phone. That's just one. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's people like so YouTube, I don't get it. I'm not a kid. But like you hear these kids talking about YouTube, and a lot of the YouTubers that they watch were something. Started out with some kind of niche, and now they're doing something completely different. Is what I'm saying. Like things change.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna downplay Soulja Boy. Kiss Me. it's Soulja. He has it.
My second point was that Superman also transcends.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I will always stand for Soulja Boy having the most clout from like rappers like him, from like meme troll rappers that are like, you know, their goal, where they get their clout is from like, oh, like I'm going to create this like crazy, funny, trendy thing, and then plug my music out of it. And like they use their like the clout that they gain from doing this crazy thing and plug their stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You know?
That's a good point. So we've established that. So we have the character, right? We have the person that's getting the clout. We have what they get out of it. Money, famous. What are, in your opinion, your top methods for gaining clout? Like what do you see out there?
Unfortunately,
So it could be successful, unsuccessful, good, bad. You know.
you look at Instagram, most people get clout because they're like skinny and white.
Whew.
I mean, that's just where society places value is on the pretty, skinny white people who are willing to show a little something on the gram.
Mm-hmm.
You know, always post this bikini shot, always post a shirtless shot, always post. Kim Kardashian is the prime example of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. The woman has a business. The woman is a businesswoman. The woman is an entrepreneur, honestly. But her clout, like, those businesses are nice, but her clout and why she's like the most famous person on Instagram, or at least one of them, because sis is posting the nudes. You know, she's posting the body pictures. She's posting.
It's like I'm selling makeup, but every 4 months I gotta show you something.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's like the opposite. It's like every 4 months I'll show you the makeup. But daily you'll get this picture.
Well, you're gonna
me,
buy that
like,
makeup.
Yeah, like so it's just like things like that. But it's been proven that it works because of where society
visual
places
appeal.
value.
Yeah, for sure.
Visual appeal for sure.
Got it.
And then the only other thing that I can think of is like doing something that's like off the wall, like claiming you have the biggest comeback of 2018.
Well, yeah, I think that in music, I follow music the most, and I would say that the best way to chase clout in music is to poke the bear.
Mm-hmm.
So like to constantly say you're better than certain people or come at certain people until just one of them responds.
Yep.
Because like, I mean, or if you just have something there, you know, like a lot of people, like in 6ix9ine's case, like you're coming at everybody at the beginning of his career, and most of these people are like, who is he? Like they don't even know you. And there's a lot of like underground rappers who are like making diss tracks against rappers who have never heard of them before, just hoping that rapper's gonna hear it and respond, because then you're skyrocketing. Right after that. Yeah. And so like in music, that's just like the go-to. Yeah. Like Tory Lanez is killing it right now. For some reason, he says he's the best rapper alive, and people are listening, which I don't understand it. He's not, but like people are responding,
it's like
which makes him
it's
more
not
famous.
a Jockley's thing all over.
Yeah. It's not a new thing to get into like a beef with someone for like, you know, publicity, but it's definitely rewarding now, way more rewarding, because since his like
whole career got jump started because he beefed with Drake.
Yeah. basically.
He
I mean,
had
it's
a
just
career
like,
before that.
yeah, but
a
you
popular career. Like
Yeah.
Push was a
yeah,
cult
you're right.
artist.
Yeah.
Push was not invited to the Grammys.
He
Yeah.
wasn't, and
Until
now
then.
he was
This is like-
nominated. You
yeah.
know, like this is like
yeah,
a
it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, Nicki Minaj is like becoming relevant again by causing trouble with other people. You know,
woof.
no offense,
Sheesh.
no offense to the.
Sheesh.
I can't take offense because I see
It's
what
the
you're
truth,
saying.
yeah.
It's
that's
the whole- it's the
that's
whole
my
career
understanding,
model
is
at this
that,
point.
Like, this is like that's a thing
Yeah.
that's happening. is
And,
that,
and you gotta, and there's not. It's not that every artist is doing this. You respect the ones that are putting out their work and just powering through because it's tough out there. You know, because
Mhm.
there's way more artists, but a shortcut is cause trouble with people. You know, I think the one that like really troubles me is like, so, you know, content. I know, content that's funny gets plays, but the way to be funny and for the most people is I think people find a way to be offensive, basically. You know, like Logan Paul is funny, but he is appealing
Is
to a
he?
low audience by offending another culture. You know what I mean? Like,
But sadly, I think that is what YouTube is for the most part.
yeah, when you try to be funny to the most people, an easy way to do that is to alienate a other group and to appeal to the group, you know, and say like, oh, isn't it funny that Japanese people are this way, and go to Japan and start throwing Pokeballs at people. It's like, this isn't okay. This is definitely not okay. Not that I did that. I'm just saying that's
that
what
Logan Paul.
that Logan
did
Paul
that,
did
and
it.
That was the issue.
and he's my cousin. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Tragic.
Yeah, but thank you guys. Yeah, that was really. It's interesting. It's definitely an interesting topic. It's a huge topic nowadays. We're gonna go deeper. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, Kickback Project. Javon, Bradley, Clout Chasers United. Am I right?
Am I right?
Am I right? We're talking about social media. We're talking about the things that people do to gain those followers, to get that money, get that build that base. And I guess the question for you guys is, since money is tied into it, what is being successful to you?
When random people are sending money to your Snapchat, your
Mm.
premium Snapchat, your Cash App, that's when you're successful. You
What would you be doing on this here premium Snapchat, Javon?
gotta pay to find out.
Marketing strategy.
I appreciated that. I
Exclusive.
respect that. I respect
Wow.
that.
Yeah, you could. That's
But-
success to you. Okay, cool. Go.
But honestly, success is all about followers, which is why I think the format of social media
Mm.
embodies that so well. Why we moved to social media as like people's way to like people have jobs based off of social media, because in real life, take away the electronic component, in real life, if you have people following what you do, it's the same thing that Drake was talking about on the Grammys. If you have people following your every move, coming to your shows, supporting your art in whatever way it is, you're successful.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea of having followers is probably the level of success. And I guess in today's society that most
By
people
then,
it's
yeah.
just having that support,
By
having
that
people
measure.
follow what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and respect it. Unless you work in like corporate America, then like success is basically just being good at your job and getting
Yeah.
the money from it.
Getting
But like
All the money, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be in corporate America.
Yeah, and it is like, it's an easy shortcut, but since next to your username is a number of how it's a number, and everyone has a number, and so if your number's higher than other people, you could say that's like how successful you are, basically. Do you think that for you guys that is true for you personally? Like, what do you define success as?
It's not numbers because I don't got them. So, I mean, I think success, if we're talking about in a social media world,
Yeah.
success to me is the people who you really mess with supporting what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I have 500 followers, then like if I post a picture of me doing something and like my core friends are liking the picture, then it's worth it.
It's a win.
Like here's
yeah.
what I don't think is success. Having 6 million followers and you post a picture and 100 people like it.
Yeah.
then what's the point in having the follow? Like then it's literally just an empty number.
Yeah.
Well, then we know you paid for those followers.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's
Those-
all that means.
those are
But like
not
that,
real
like that's the
accounts.
thing to me. Like people have like, 150 friends and they're getting 100 likes on their pictures, and
Yeah.
like that's people that really care about them and really like what they're doing.
Mhm.
And I think that it to me is more of what success is. Like I don't just want the million number sign on my page
You want
just
the
to have it.
engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I want to know people care and they're messaging and all these
Yeah.
things. Like that's success to me.
Yeah.
I mean, one day I would like to get the blue check.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I would like to be verified. on-
Instagram, if you hear us, we would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
like
want to
blue
be
checks.
verified. Apparently, you can apply for verification through Instagram
Yeah,
now.
I'm a fail.
Yeah, I know. I will not pass the test. You got to prove like you're popular on all different
Oh.
social media platforms. You have a following. You got money. All this
I gotta
stuff
send
that
it.
I don't have.
Gotta send in my
Gotta-
references.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say 3 references. Gotta be trained in Microsoft Excel.
It won't be me. But I agree with Javon is that as far as social media, you're really successful when you don't just have the followers, you have the engagement that goes with it.
Yeah.
And so I think that like I've done a pretty good job creating like content and getting like being a part of communities that really support the work that I'm doing and engage with me. I'm trying to I'm trying to come up in like this
Yeah.
like influencer world and like this personal blogger world and
Mhm.
just trying to sift my way through it
Yeah.
just because it's a dream that I never thought that I could have.
Mhm.
And that's okay. Like it's accessible to you, and like I don't knock anyone for trying to develop a personal brand. And I really think that it's it's actually a career path. Like it's a hobby that is like that's like validated. It's totally okay. I just have trouble with like when someone does something, not like you said, you do things for engagement and you engaged an audience, but I have trouble when people do things that the only reason you did this was
Something
it's-
totally
yeah,
off-brand
it's completely
for the
yeah, it's
numbers.
off brand. It's not
It's
you.
inauthentic.
And
That's
it's
the
inauthentic.
that's the thing.
Especially
that,
people that I know, and I talk to them, and we were like out, and we're having a good time, and we bring up their their Instagram or bring up their profile, and they start talking about this person on their Instagram that's a completely different person
and you're
from
like,
them.
that's not you.
Yeah, or
I
like,
think that
yeah,
goes into
yeah.
like the clout chasing aspect
Yeah.
that you're talking about. That the people who are chasing clout and where it's like branded as clout is when it's
Mhm.
like they're chasing something that doesn't fit their lifestyle.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
You like want to be something that you're not. You see these people who like take these conveniently like taking pictures of them sipping like a Coke or something,
Yeah.
and it's like you're not getting paid for that branding.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting, or these people who are like, oh, I'm always out, I'm always in VIP, and they're like, one of the things that I learned about a lot of these influencers is that they create like hundreds of pictures, hundreds of content in a day, like in an hour long, and then they'll pass it off over a course of like a month as
yeah,
this life that
Yeah.
they're living, but it was
Yeah.
really just like
go on one trip and then
Yeah.
repost like you're there all the time.
I personally
Exactly.
think I'm just a picture of me holding all the money in my bank account away from more followers. So
But that's another thing I didn't know that people did was take a deposit or withdraw their whole entire paycheck and pass it off as them getting money. And
Oh.
they'll take pictures on
how
Snapchat
else would they
of
do it? These people work at Walmart.
Yeah.
Exactly, but that would always confuse me. Like, where are you getting this money? Like, do you have a benefactor or something?
Yeah.
Like, the stuff that people do for clout is
Yeah,
like outrageous.
It's like a whole nother step, and like it's inauthentic, and that's what really troubles me. And like if you've ever had this experience, like you know someone who's a big Instagram person,
Mhm.
and like I've had conversations where I ask someone like, hey, can we post a picture? And they're like, I'm not gonna post that. It doesn't match what I'm trying to do, and like that, like it's stupid, but it hurts. Like it's like, oh, so this little folder of pictures, I'm not a part of it.
Mhm.
And like it's not that I'm offended, it's not that big of a deal, but it's like, oh, like we're hanging out right now, but you don't want to publicize it because it doesn't match your picture of yourself
Aesthetic,
and
yeah.
thing. And it's like then it just leads to also other sorts of questions. So
And let's not forget this whole cloud chasing or number chasing is a job.
yeah.
Like, and Instagram will make sure that it's a job because
Mhm.
they will do whatever they have to keep your people from seeing your pictures. The Instagram algorithm is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So if people don't know what the Instagram algorithm is, you have to not only be getting the likes but the comments too to keep
Yeah.
your stuff at the top of the page. And so if you don't have the engagement, if it's not authentic, it's over for you, bro.
And like,
Your
Don't
stuff
think,
sinking
don't
to the
think your
bottom.
Supreme shirt's getting you 100 likes
Yeah,
today.
it's not.
Yeah.
You gotta have more than that.
and getting hit by the algorithm just ties you back into like, oh, I'm posting pictures on someone else's website, and someone else is making millions off this. Facebook is making millions off Instagram, and I'm just trying to make
The ridiculous thing I remember hearing is that like, if you like, in order to get your picture seen by everyone that you follow or that follows you, you have to get like 10 likes in like the first like couple minutes.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
get
like,
that.
yeah,
but it's dumb though. Like what you're telling me is that the people that follow me can't see my picture because you're saying they didn't like it fast enough. Like that's dumb.
And it just like draws that barrier. It's like this is me on my Instagram page, but someone else is running it and making sure that certain posts still get seen. It's like crazy.
So if you want all your pictures to be seen, post the naked one first. Get the views in,
and then delete
the
it, or
rest.
just keep it.
I mean, it depends. You know. I don't know who you are.
I'd save it for your Snapchat, dude. I don't know what you got going on.
Yeah, it's the previous
Save
Snapchat.
it, yeah. So I guess that's a really that's a good point. Like it's like the algorithm is crazy, and people don't think about that. And I guess just in general, like what have you guys seen as like the dark side of this whole thing? Like what does it do to people? What does it affect? How does it affect them?
I think it goes back into your point of like the whole like this person is now disconnected from reality and they're living for the gram. And that's like the biggest issue with social media with a lot of people, like especially with the older generation, how they feel about social media is that like eventually we just get caught up in doing things for the clout and doing things for the likes, doing things for the comment, doing things for the engagement, and not really just living. So when you get caught up in finding your validation from Instagram when things aren't going well, when your page isn't taking off, that affects your self-worth and then affects how you view yourself, how you think others view you. You start to compare yourself. That's a big thing about Instagram is it's really easy to compare yourself to other people. And that'll ruin your self-confidence. So there are a lot of insecurities that can get revealed when you get caught up playing the Instagram game. And that's troublesome, especially for the kids who are growing up with Instagram.
Yes, definitely.
Because for me, Instagram didn't really become pop. Instagram came out in 2012. I graduated high school in 2012. Didn't take off until like obviously later 2012, 2013, and I was already in college.
Yeah.
But there are kids who are in school right now starting with Instagram. Already starting with like the competition, already starting with the same with YouTube. People who are watching these kids, these 13, 14-year-olds watching YouTube tutorials on how to do their makeup so they can look like they're 20, 21.
Yeah.
It's just all become so
and
people are caught up in their image more than they're caught up with actually just living their own lives.
I would say the darkest side that I've seen is actually like those kids or those people who, I'll say the hardest is like the people who are popping in real life. They get on Instagram and they think like they've been told their whole life they're popping and they get on Instagram and they're not. And I think the hardest thing to see is the people who you don't think are cool, but who their Instagrams are doing well. You know what I mean? Because like Instagram is not just about looking cute. Like
it's not.
You gotta have the right image. You gotta have the right pictures, the right angles. Like, and sometimes just being cool or cute doesn't cut it. And they get on there and it like as much as I don't care for people who think they're the best at everything and they're special, it has to hurt to think you're dope and get on there and be shown that you're not.
Facts.
And people are just like not ready for it. Plus, it's a brand new thing, so like people don't know how to feel. And like you said, these kids grow up with it, so it's like it's ingrained in their whole like psyche, basically. So it's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's just like it's a crazy place to be. But we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're going to don't laugh at me. We're gonna take a break, and we're going to come back. We're gonna look back at it and then talk about what we're bringing to the kickback. Stick around.
Oh my gosh.
And we are back. We are finishing our discussion on clout and how much that I have and how you guys are chasing it.
You're canceled, dude. Like you're canceled.
And it's gone. Okay. Let's look back at it. I want to ask you guys your final thoughts on social media, clout, Instagram, all that stuff. Where do we go from here, as just people in the world? Javon?
I assume it only gets worse.
Wow.
I mean, every day new social medias or new things are coming out to compare you to someone else and make you work that much harder to compare yourself to people that you don't need to compare yourself to. So, and sadly, I mean, it's a new world. Like, branding yourself is a thing, and so, and like I think like Cardi B was talking about it, like how much rappers spend and how they don't necessarily put it towards certain things in this, and she's like, this is a brand. Like, I have to dress like this and buy these cars, or y'all don't care. Like, and that's a like legit thing. So it's gonna keep going up. Crazy. The more rappers buy, the more crazy things are gonna be.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yikes.
Bradley?
I think where we're going, especially like with clout culture, if we don't embrace it and kind of refine it, it'll get out of hand.
Yeah.
But like that's what we have to do with everything. It's the same thing where like people were like, technology is gonna overcome us by what? People thought by 2012 technology was gonna take over and kill us, but when
people thought that in 2001.
yeah, but like when society embraces things and then refines them and kind of saturates them, they're easier to deal with. So I think once we get more accustomed to like clout, we get more accustomed to influencing being like a legitimate thing and being attainable by people, I think the more people that do it, the more saturated it gets, the more easy it is to deal with, the less negatively it'll affect society. And it'll be more of like a this is where we're going next, is more business is going to be done on Instagram, more like influencers are going to be taken seriously, and so they don't have to like starve themselves to do it. People will actually respect them.
That's a good point.
But it's hard.
It is hard, but I've always been like very progressive when it comes to what's next. Instead of looking at it like this generation doesn't have any sense, looking at what the next generation values and adapting to it. You have to be open to change, and I think we need to be more open to what the next generation is going through.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That makes sense. Yeah, if I'm gonna look back at this topic and think about where we're going, I think I agree with both of what you guys said. Like Javon, you had like your point. You make a good point. Like we don't know where it's going, and Bradley, like I think saturation will make a difference. Like ending the transition period makes a huge difference. I am kind of like in between. I mean, I've disengaged from social media. I've engaged in social media, and I'm trying to find the middle ground. Like I think that's what I would recommend to someone who's like doesn't know how they feel. Like work on yourself and find where you fit in, and use it in a box. Don't let it take over your life unless that's where you want to explore. Because you enter into that world, you're going to become part of that world, and it carries with it, weights and differences. And I think that if you are interested in, having a presence on social media, a healthy way to start is to let it be its own thing, and then put things in and don't let it, have things else going on in your life that you contribute to that make you happy. Have self-improvement, have like a, work on your career, do that. And then social media can be its thing. And if it becomes a bigger thing, it becomes a bigger thing, that's totally fine.
Chase carefully.
Exactly. Use your own discretion, basically. All right. I think that's a good coverage of that topic. I want to ask you guys to participate in a very special kickback. All right. It's clout season. We're going to do a clout battle. All right. This is going to be like a show I didn't watch, Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
This is going to be a fight. Okay. Not a fight. I guess that means that someone would lose.
Maybe you shouldn't quote Dragon Ball Z if you don't know what it's about.
Maybe not a fight.
It's gonna be about that what's it called? The magic ball dragon, Puff the magic.
It's like don't go to references you don't know. That's a good point. What clout are you bringing to the kickback?
Let's start with Bradley.
Let's start with the king of clout,
yeah.
King B. What clout are you bringing? If you're watching the video version, you already know.
No, I felt like completely triggered when you're talking about, you're one thing on social media, you're a different thing in person. Like anybody that knows me is that like when I'm at my most comfortable, I'm wearing sweatpants. Yeah. But when I'm like out here for the clout, like, okay, so
that's okay. It's okay.
Social media, my Instagram at B_rad_hill. That's where I'm chasing the most clout. you'll oftentimes see me with like my like ASOS wardrobe or like my Yeezys. My shoe collection, I think, is like the most clout that I have, which is crazy because I am friends with people who like, especially in the shoe department, the clout bag is full. Okay, they're
it's a whole subsection.
Yes,
it's a whole
it's
lot
like a
going
real
on.
thing.
We're
So,
clout
like,
chasing on a budget.
yeah, I do feel like I'm clout chasing on a budget. The most expensive shoes that I own, retail, not resale, retail value at $300. I'm wearing them
Which
right
means
now.
resale is like, 5 to 6.
Yeah. I have a pair of resale shoes that I bought for double retail, which I'll never do again.
And it's completely possible.
It was it's a learning curve,
Yeah.
but
They ain't never say clout chasing was gonna be cheap.
they didn't. It's a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm in it for the long
But that's what.
haul,
Yeah, it's
you
your
know?
hobby. It's you're interested in that. That's totally
Yeah.
fine. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. Sweet. So follow Bradley on Instagram. Basically,
Please
is
do.
what we're trying to
Help,
say out
help
here.
me chase help me make it a little cloudy in here, you know.
Oh my god.
I'm done with these clout puns. I'm really tired of it. Javon, what's your clout department? Clout department.
Department. HR. I guess
Snapchat.
I guess since I am a rapper, I do music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it has to be that, right? I'm not that fashionable. I do love shoes, but my collection is not as impressive as others. But I am the best rapper alive. So, Tory Lanez, 6ix9ine, Soulja Boy, J. Cole. No, I'm joking. That last one was a real joke.
It sure was.
Yeah. I mean, I love rapping. I think I'm very good at it. And I mean, I feel like you should think you're good at it if you're gonna do it. So,
Period.
that's my thing.
Yeah.
I think that I'm not where I need to be, and people don't really know, but they will.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love your music. I think you have good stuff out there. I think that you're putting good work out.
thank you.
Where can they find your music, Javon? Where can the people find you?
LimeWire. No, my music is everywhere. I mean, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal.
What's the
Deezer.
music is on Tidal?
Music is everywhere.
Yeah. What's the old music streaming service with the cat looking thing?
Napster.
Napster. Yeah, he's on Napster.
I don't know if I'm on there. Maybe. I don't know. We gotta go social network movie as Justin Timberlake where I'm at. Yeah, I'm everywhere.
Nice.
Go listen. More's coming. Even better. Got some videos coming.
Mm-hmm.
Got
Yeah, bro.
the Grammys next year.
Nice.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I like how we do a whole episode about clout. We're like, yeah, it's dangerous. We're like, okay, here's where you can follow us. No, but for real.
We didn't say that we weren't participating. We just know the dangers of it.
Yeah,
That's all.
true. That's true. Am I allowed to plug something? Can I plug some clout?
Can
You have
you?
clout?
Can I please?
Like, are you? Is it gonna be a lie? Like,
My father's law firm is like my clout.
do you know who my dad
Yeah, my
is?
father will hear
Like,
about
oh
this.
my god.
No, but seriously, the time that I really like chase like internet following is on Twitter. I love Twitter. I love what's out there. I follow some really funny people, and I like to think that I have a funny Twitter account. I had an old Twitter account with a whole bunch of followers, and I got.
What? Yeah. Are we talking about your
It's a
old
whole-
Twitter?
My
was
old Twitter was good.
popping,
Yeah,
yo.
Bradley was a fan of the old Twitter. The new one is getting there. It's getting there. It's getting
It's
there.
okay.
It's
I
all
was-
about building back up.
Yeah, I just felt like the old account wasn't. I don't want to get into it, but the whole account wasn't really representing me. I wanted to make a new one.
Mhm.
I wanted to be more authentic, and like I said, like I wanted to like let it be, a part of my life. So, trying to make a new Twitter. You can follow me at Gackman, GAACKMAN. I have no followers. But it is funny. I like to think that what's out there is good. So, Bradley reluctantly says that I'm funny.
I think you're hilarious. I'm struggling with the rebrand, but I'm in it for the long haul. So
You
I know
still-
that when you like refine it and figure it out, it's
the
gonna
old
be,
account
like,
is there. You still DM it.
Yeah, okay, but when he first made his new his new Twitter, I mean, I would like find like funny things and send it to him, and he would never respond, and I would be like really in my feelings about it. Like, he never acknowledges me.
Yeah.
He thinks he's big poppin', until one day I realized I was sending DMs to
To a
his
fake
old
account.
Twitter
Yeah.
account that like he doesn't even use
Yeah.
anymore. That's how much clout that Twitter
Yeah.
had. It was
Please-
still getting
yeah.
messages from.
I'm sorry. Please keep DMing me funny things. I love to get sent funny stuff on Twitter. It's always awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you for kicking with us. Thank you for sharing. I hope that you guys enjoyed the episode today. See you later.
See you later.